Welcome to the Sports History Makers podcast, the show that connects you with your favorite athletes and their favorite sporting memories. On the Sports History Makers podcast, we will relive those incredible events. Here are your hosts, Pete Coley and Collinswood Coley.
Hello and welcome to the Sports History Makers YouTube channel. Thank you guys for joining us today. And if you're returning to the channel, thank you for your continued support. And if you're new to the channel, please check out our videos. And if you like our content, please hit the like button and also tap that notification bell so you know when new material will drop. If you're a returning listener and you haven't yet subscribed, subscribe to the channel and help us to grow. Today, we'll be talking European Indoor Athletics Championship. The championships were held over the weekend from March 2nd to March 5th, and there were some mouth-watering and jaw-dropping performances. And today we're going to talk about the women's 4x400 meters, which was won by the Dutch team in a championship record. There was another great anchor leg by Femkebol, and the Dutch team led from start to finish. They had Leica Klaver on the first leg. She was second in the flat 400, so she gave them a really good start, and they led all the way through to the final leg, which had Femkebol on anchor, and she ran an impressive leg to anchor the team in a championship record. Her split was 49.58, and that meant that she ran 49 points in the flat 400, and then she came back and ran another 49 leg in the relays, which she didn't have to because she got the baton in the lead. However, that's just the form that she's in these days. We're going to start on the first leg. Something that really caught my eye was the Irish team. Yes, the Irish team was in the finals and they finished 5th ahead of Great Britain. That's some bragging rights over on that side of the continent. But the Irish team had Sophie Becker on the first leg, and Sophie Becker is an experienced athlete. However, after 300 meters on the first leg of this 4x4, the Irish team was in 3rd place with Sophie Becker, and there was some coming together with Sophie Becker and the Italian athlete coming into the last 50 meter. But what surprised me was that after that coming together, the Irish runner went wide, allowing both the Czech and the Italian team to pass her on the inside. And that to me was just mind-blowing. It was just one of the strangest things I've seen on a relay. Athletes normally come together in the relays, so that's not new. That's nothing new. However, making way for two athletes to go by you on the first leg was just something that puzzled me. I don't know if she got hurt or what happened. However, the Irish team never recovered from that. They allowed the Italians and the Czech to go by, and they were in 5th place at that point, and they stayed there for the rest of the race. So now let's get into the Netherlands team. What I see from this Netherlands team is the start of a European dominance. As a matter of fact, I see the Netherlands team challenging the North Americans, United States of America, and the Jamaican team going forward, because this Netherlands team, they're pretty young. The athletes range from age 23 to age 26. And what I can tell you about the quartet that competed in these championships, they were not the same 4 runners that competed in last championships. That was 2 years ago. As a matter of fact, they weren't the same athletes that competed in the 2022 European Outdoor Championship in Munich. So what we can see from this is that they have quite a pool can choose from, right? They have 6 to 8 athletes who can step in and represent themselves well. That also means that there'll be competition for spaces. And when there is competition for spaces, athletes are going to push each other to do better. Not many teams can say they have 6 athletes who can step in and the team can still produce national and championship record. We know what Femkebol has been doing, and we know what she can do. We also know what Leica Clava is doing and the potential she has. However, there are other athletes now stepping up and producing good splits over the 4x400 meters. So as I said before, could this be the start of a European dominance? And can this Netherlands team now challenge for the 4x400 meters at the 2023 Athletics Championships in Budapest? How impressive was that performance? What if they had a little bit more competition? They finished this race over 3 seconds ahead of the Italian with very little competition from start to finish. You know, if this team is being pushed, what are the possibilities for them? Whatever the case is, it's exciting times in Holland, and we're all looking forward to see how far or how great this 400-meter batch of athletes for the Netherlands will do in the next 5 to 6 years. The Italian team finished second with a national record of 3 minutes and 28 seconds, 0.61. And they had a really strong performance right across the board. And, they outmuscled the Polish team, who took bronze. The Great Britain team finished sixth with a time of 3 minutes, 32 seconds, 0.65. And could this be a decline of Great Britain 400 meters and 4x400 meters? Or was it just a case where the athletes weren't up for it, or they didn't send a strong team this year, as athletes are preparing and focusing on the outdoor 4x400 meters? Whatever the case is, it is strange to see the Great Britain team finishing sixth in 4x400 meters with 6 teams. I'm looking forward to see what will happen at the World Athletics Championships later on this year. Will they be able to send a stronger team? And can they even make it to the finals? Because we're talking about 6 teams in Europe, and they finished 6th. We haven't mentioned the Americans, the Jamaicans, the Puerto Ricans, the Nigerians will probably have a strong team. There'll be so many teams vying for those 8 spots. It'd be very interesting to see whether or not Great Britain can make it to the finals at the end of the World Championships later on this year. That's it from us on the Sports History Makers podcast. Join us again as we talk the European Indoor Track and Field Championships.